Hi guys, welcome to Dudley Central. I've been meaning to do a video like this for a long time now. It's often too loud in the club rooms to do it, but I just figured I'd just show you what my layout is all about. At the moment I've got Intercity Swallow Class 47 running round, and I've got a Central Trains Class 150 running round in the other direction. If I just take you around the layout, I'll show you all the different parts of it and discuss how I constructed it. So this is the main station area. It's got 4 platforms and it's got a Pico overall roof which I've modified. I've added white plasticard here just as it disappears underneath the town scene. The platforms are actually made by scale scenes, and I think they look quite convincing and they're quite good to get pictures by with the trains. Also in this area I've got the scale scenes car park, which is quite an intensive kit, I'd say. It took quite a long time to do, but I'm quite happy with it. It's still not finished. Still got to add walls to the lower 4 floors. Overall I'm quite happy with it. As we come into the station, what I tried to do was I tried to give it a bit of a detailed feel. So I've got several shops in there, and I've also got billboards. Those billboards are the ones off scale model scenery, and they're really good little kits. This destination board I just made on PowerPoint and printed off. Just some sort of generic destinations that you could get from the West Midlands, and then the ticket office was just sort of made out of scale scenes elements. Really good they are. You can come up with some really good little bits from the elements they have. This is one of my favourite little kits, so it's the escalator. Again, it was a little bit tedious, but you know, once you've done it, you feel quite proud of it. And no, I really like that. So as we come round to the town scene, as you can see, there's the front of the station. I tried to model it a little bit off Liverpool Central. It's up to you if you think I've met it. I'm not sure I have. But I'm quite happy with the overall effect of that. As we come round, I've got a Lidl, which is, I think it's, well, I forget the name, might be Fowler, I'll check. Basically it's a plastic kit. It's slightly on scale, but to be honest it doesn't look too bad next to the cars, considering it's HO rather than 00, and it was a really good quality kit, that one. And no, I really like that one. It needs detailing on the inside and possibly some lights, but no, I quite like that. Next building is just a bog standard Scaledale building. I plan to customise that at some point. It's one of those to do jobs. Finally, in the town scene, this was one I scratch built out of plasticard. It's meant to just be an office building. Again, what I've done is I've just used the scale scenes elements for the interior, put some figures in, and again I'm quite happy with that. It's meant to be like a low relief one, so the door would be out of sight, and that's that really. This area, I haven't quite decided what to go in there. Not sure yet. Maybe a green area. Yeah, it's very much up for debate. So this little scene is my pride and joy. It's a construction site, and I've also added a crane. I really enjoyed doing this. Partly because I'm in this trade anyway. But yeah, it's what I've done is I've tried to create tyre tracks. I've added workers, and then I've added some weather into the construction building. This was a plastic kit. Again, I think it was Volmer. I think it's one of the German ones. Again, a really good quality kit. I think I picked it up for Amazon for about 30 quid. But yeah, I'm made up with that. So that's the town scene as a whole. So I'll take you around to the other areas of the layout now. So this is further down on the layout. It's meant to be like a bus garage, and this one again it's a scale scenes kit, but I've customised it myself so that it's Network Express West Midlands. I have also left on Travel West Midlands logos just so I've got a bit of a crossover, and it allows me to mix my bus fleets up as well. I've had a look at a few bus garages, and you do get these large parking spaces for the buses, which are a bit unusual when you're doing them, but actually when the buses are all lined up they look quite effective. And that's what I've got there. I feel like it looks quite effective with the railway just below it. So as we pan round, this is a bit of a green scene. And what I've done is I've used mod rock and newspaper, you know, the bog standard Hillside kind of materials, and then used a variety of woodland scenics, scatter on top, and foliage here and there. And I really like videoing from this angle. You see the 150 go past there. So this is more or less the scope of my scenic section. The layout itself is about 7 foot by 7 foot, and then you've got like a little square in the middle. That's where I control the trains from. When I started this layout about 18 months ago, I wasn't very confident with flexi track, so all of the front is set track. Now this one here, the outer track here is 4th radius, and that one's 3rd radius. I don't think it looks too bad, but I think if I were to do it again, I think I'd go for a flexible curve, which isn't quite so tight. I just think that would look a bit more realistic, and also the points as well. I think they're a bit tight, and I think again it's something that I'd want to improve on a future layout in having the streamlined points. Let me know what you think. I mean, I think, excuse me, if you have all the ballast and scenery down, it doesn't look too bad, but I know that you can achieve better with streamlined points. Yeah, that's what we have there. So this is the TMD which I put on my layout. It's a Hornby kit, I think it's the plastic one, but I've painted that up using concrete colours and then given it appropriate signage. And I think actually when you add like a textured floor into it and some details, it comes out quite nicely. And what I've excuse the lack of window there, I've weathered it. I feel like it looks quite realistic. And it's quite a good little unit. I think it's about 20 quid, so it's not too badly priced actually. The flooring itself is actually funky foam, and you can get that from your local art shop, and it's quite cheap. What I really like about it is it's really easy to cut with a craft knife, and you can shape it, and it was really useful for areas like this, in between the tracks, just so that you can get your level. My plan is to use the concrete textures from scale scenes to continue over the top of the foam to give it a more realistic look. And then further back, I've just got some containers there just to kind of complete that little scene, hinting at maybe a Freightliner yard that would be behind there. So my most recent scene is this hillside scenery at the back. It still needs a lot of work because I kind of ran out of scatter in the end, and I quite like how it's going. It's a bit early to say how it looks at the moment, just because it's incomplete. I quite like the shape of it, I'm quite happy with that, but it's not up to the same standard as the hillside I did over there. And as you can see, you can definitely tell the difference. There's a lot more paint showing through on this one, and it's a bit too yellow. I think it needs a bit more green on there. I'll be quite happy with that. And this was my first attempt at using Flexi. To be honest, I got my idea from New Junction. I really like his long stretch of rail without any points or any interruptions, and so I've tried to do something similar, albeit in a smaller space. But yeah, that's what I've gone for. I've added droppers here and there, just so I've got a good pick up along this section, and yeah, I'm quite happy with it. My plan is to have another hillside here so that I create a cutting in between, but that's a future task, and whether I get around to that I'm not sure. What I'll do, thanks for watching. I'll leave you with some running shots of the layout, and thank you very much for watching.
Oh my God, look, there's no chance this is 3 more than